Today I show you how to go from here to here. Coming up on Tutorial Tuesday. All right. Brickology! Hey everybody, it's Thomas from Brickology. As you saw in the intro, today we're going to look at the anatomy of a punch. What makes, in a fight scene, what makes a punch look far more dynamic, powerful, and effective. In the intro you saw a before and after shot. I'm going to take you through my whole process on sculpting that punch to look like, man, when that guy hit, that guy is no doubt, he is decked. All right, let's jump right into it. But before I start, if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe and get more of these tutorials every week. All right, let's go. Here we are looking in Dragon Frame again. I'm going to play this and I want you to watch for the impact of the punch. How strong does this punch feel? Here we go. All right, I'll play it again. And ask yourself, does the punch feel fast? Does it feel powerful? Does it feel like the guy who gets hit has a reason for his reaction? And to me, no, it doesn't. Now, what I can do is I could speed it up. Let's see what it looks like in 24 frames per second. Still, even sped up, see, to me, it doesn't look like it was such a powerful punch. So I'm going to go back to 15 frames. Let's look at the punch and see where the punch starts. I want this guy, his neck to snap because it's going to be a strong right hook from Emmett. So I want this neck to snap really quick. And if you notice right there, it doesn't. I want the punch to get there faster as well. So there needs to be a buildup. Emmett is winding up, but there needs to be a quick strike to the face. And it doesn't look like it's that quick. So I'm looking at taking one of these three pictures out because they're quite close to each other. More like these two. I think I'm going to take this one out for right now. I'm just going to hide it. I'm not going to remove it. It's still there. As you can see in Dragon Frame, the frame is still there. It's just not going to be played. So let's see what that looks like. Oh, that's better. The punch gets there faster. And that's what I want. Now, the punch, Emmett's released the punch, but it needs to get to his face. Get to that picture or that picture. One of these two, it needs to get there fast. So I'm going to take this one out. And let's see what happens. Oh, that's better. But now it's the snap of his neck. The snap of his head to the side, snap of his neck, that's really going to sell it. So he hits him there. I think I wanted to go from here, this picture right here, to right there. Let's see, I'm going to take this one out. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, that's looking a lot better. Let's take this one out. So it moves from here, bam. That's a quick snap of the neck. Let's see what happens. Ooh, that's a nice punch. Emmett's got a nice right hook. Look at that punch. That looks like there's a lot more power and speed coming from Emmett. Then after the punch, the guy does his little twirl. There's a frame I know. Oh, this frame right here. I know I already want to get rid of this one. This one I'm looking at because see how far he goes from, Emmett goes from here. Look how far his head goes and then back. That makes it look jerky right there. So I already know I'm going to take this out. So let me do that. But there's spins and I want him to fall a little bit faster. So these two are really close together. I think I'm going to take this one out. So he does his spin move and then falls to the ground. Let's see what happens. Oh, I like that a lot better. Let's take a look at the punch again. There's a little bit of a jerkiness right here. The camera doesn't move.
That's a mistake on my part. So I'm going to take this one out to keep the camera moving. Oh, that looks a lot smoother. So that compared to how it started, if you want to remind yourself on how it started, it just looked like such a slow punch from the beginning, like he just kind of softly slapped his face. Now it looks like he just walloped him. And there's a reason for this guy to fall on the ground now. And another thing that sells it for me is when he falls, watch his legs. When he falls, his legs pop up and then they go back down and they do a couple little drops. So it's like, oof. So his body, there's a thud and there's some weight behind his body. Now I can probably take this frame out. Let's see. There we go. That's a lot better. See how when you remove frames, maybe I'll try to take that one out too. Let's see what his legs look like. Yeah. When you remove frames, you have a lot of options on how fast you want a scene to go. But this one, I like it so much better. It's smoother. The camera movement is a lot smoother. The punch looks more powerful. And the guy's body, this guy, when he falls on the ground, there's just feels like there's much more impact. Let's watch it one more time. There we go. And once I put in the sound, that will sell it even more. So now let's hear it with the sound.
Now, fight scenes are incredibly fun to shoot. They're fun to set up, they're fun to choreograph, but for me, I like to make sure that my strikes and kicks and anything that is done in there physically looks powerful and looks effective, or else it just looks like you're flopping in a soccer game. I tend to overshoot, and this is one reason why I do overshoot, so I can see what needs to be kept and what needs to be taken away. A lot like, when you're sculpting a statue. Now, if you're shooting a fight scene and you're wondering, well, how do I make my minifigure throw something or fall or jump or something like that? Then click on the video right here and I'll show you how I make a minifigure throw something, jump or fall without using any computer effects. I do the same thing like in this video. I take you through it step by step, go through my process so you can do everything that you want to do with your minifigure. All right, I'll see you in that video. Until then, keep on bricking. Does that really make sense?